Welcome to Calm Sleepy Dreams, where stories become lullabies and the universe itself becomes your pillow. Tonight, I invite you to drift into rest with a journey across our own beautiful home, the Earth. Instead of busy cities and hurried footsteps, we'll see the Earth as it truly is when we pause. A soft cradle of blue oceans and green forests. A planet that hums gently under the stars. Tonight, the Earth will tell us 100 secrets, not in sharp words or scientific reports, but in whispers. Facts that feel like dreams, truths that drift like lullabies, wrapping you in comfort as you fall asleep. Close your eyes now and imagine the Earth not as a globe on a desk, but as something alive, floating in the quiet dark of space. From far above, it looks like a glowing marble, swirled with clouds, wrapped in oceans, turning slowly under the light of the sun. From space, Earth is blue, soft, shimmering, a world unlike any other we know. That first glimpse is our first lullaby, the reminder that we live on a jewel, fragile yet enduring, ancient yet endlessly new. The Earth breathes, not with lungs but with forests and oceans, with winds and rains. The forests exhale oxygen, filling the air with the gift of breath. The oceans absorb carbon and release life. Every inhale you take is shared with trees, with waves, with creatures scattered across the globe. When you breathe, you are part of the Earth's great rhythm. You are not separate, not alone. You are held in its song. Beneath your feet, the soil itself is alive. Did you know that in a single teaspoon of soil, there are more living creatures than there are people on Earth? Tiny microbes, fungi, and insects live there, breaking down leaves, recycling life, creating the richness that allows forests to grow. They are unseen musicians in the orchestra of the Earth, each one playing a role in keeping the world alive. Imagine lying in a quiet meadow, and below you, in the soil, trillions of tiny lives are working together, humming softly, keeping balance. The trees above are not solitary. They are connected. Beneath the ground, their roots are entwined with delicate threads of fungi, weaving what scientists call the wood wide web. Through this network, trees share food, warn each other of threats, and sometimes even nurture their young. In the stillness of night, you can imagine them whispering through their roots, messages traveling unseen, like lullabies passed hand to hand in silence. Forests are families, and when you walk among them, you walk inside their embrace. Above us, the atmosphere is Earth's quilt, invisible yet essential. It shields us from the harshness of space, keeps warmth close at night, and carries the winds that shape the weather. Every breath you take is a gift from this thin veil of gases. Without it, there would be no sound, no clouds, no comfort. And though we cannot see it, it stretches around us like a blanket tucked carefully over the planet, holding us gently as we sleep. The oceans are the great dreamers of the Earth. Covering more than 70% of the surface, they are vast and deep, deeper than the tallest mountains are high. Their waters have been here for billions of years, flowing in endless circles, rising into clouds, falling as rain, returning to rivers, finding their way back to the sea. Every sip of water you take tonight has been part of oceans and rivers, glaciers and storms. A cycle so old it makes time feel like a lullaby. Beneath the waves, the oceans sing. Whales call to one another across hundreds of miles, their songs echoing in the dark waters. Shrimp crackle in bubbles that sound like rain. Icebergs groan as they slowly melt, their voices carrying through the currents. The sea is never silent. It hums and sighs and sings. Imagine lying by the shore at night, hearing the waves rise and fall, each one a breath, each one a note in an endless song. That rhythm has cradled humanity since the beginning. The mountains are the Earth's oldest storytellers. They were born in fire and uplift, carved by wind and water, shaped by patience. When you touch a mountain rock, you touch millions of years held in silence. They rise tall and steady, watching the world change below, enduring storms, holding snow, standing as guardians. To lie at the foot of a mountain at night is to feel the weight of time pressing down in comfort, reminding you that endurance can be quiet and strength can be still. And then there are rivers, the restless veins of earth, always moving, always carving, carrying water from the mountains to the seas. Their sound is steady, calming, eternal. If you sleep beside a river, its murmur never ends. It tells stories in flowing syllables, stories of where it has been, of valleys carved, of creatures sustained. Rivers are the earth's voice, and it has been speaking long before humans learned to listen. Even in the smallest places, earth sings. Fireflies blink like tiny stars in the grass, their lights glowing in rhythms that feel like secret codes. Crickets chirp in the night, their tempo rising and falling with the warmth of the air, the buzzing of bees, the rustle of leaves, the distant call of owls. These are lullabies scattered across the landscape. So gentle you might miss them unless you pause. But when you do pause, when you close your eyes, you hear the world is never still, and the earth itself hums. Scientists discovered that our planet produces a constant vibration, a low, deep sound too faint for our ears. It is always there, a note that never ends, as if the planet itself is singing. Imagine that hum beneath you now, steady and unbroken, cradling you as you drift. The deserts may seem empty, but they too hold lullabies. Each grain of sand has been shaped by wind, carried from mountains, worn smooth by time. At night, the desert air cools, the heat fades, and silence spreads wide, so deep you can hear your own heartbeat. Above, the sky glows with stars so sharp they feel close enough to touch. And if you listen, even the dunes whisper as the wind moves them, like waves of sand flowing endlessly. At the poles, the sky itself becomes part of Earth's song. The auroras dance in ribbons of green, purple, and blue, shimmering in silence across the horizon. They are born from particles of the sun colliding with Earth's atmosphere, but to the heart, they feel like pure magic. Imagine lying in the snow, wrapped in blankets, and above you the heavens ripple in colors, as though the sky has decided to sing with light instead of sound. Rain, too, is a lullaby. The soft tapping on leaves, the drumming on roofs, the hiss of showers on earth, all are rhythms we have known since childhood. Rain nourishes, refreshes, renews. Each drop carries the memory of oceans and clouds, mountains and streams. When you listen to rain at night, you are listening to the world beginning again. And after rain, the rainbow, a curve of light arched across the sky, made of colors hidden in water and sunlight. Rainbows cannot be touched, cannot be kept, And that is why they feel like dreams. They appear suddenly. They glow and they fade, leaving only memory. They are proof that beauty can be fleeting, yet still unforgettable. The earth cradles creatures of every kind, each one with its own quiet truth. Whales rest while half their mind stays awake, drifting gently in the deep. Birds sometimes sleep while flying, carried by air currents, their bodies resting mid-flight. Even flowers close at night, folding themselves in until dawn. Everywhere on earth, sleep is part of life. Everywhere, rest is honored. The earth reminds us that to pause, to breathe, to close our eyes is not weakness. It is part of the song. The earth is old, and yet it renews itself every day. Its rocks tell stories billions of years old. Yet every spring new leaves emerge, flowers bloom, and young creatures take their first breath. To live on earth is to live in a place that knows both memory and renewal. Tonight, as you listen, you too are part of that endless cycle, drifting in rhythm with the turning of the world. So let each of these facts come to you not as sharp lessons, but as whispers, as notes in a song. The soil, the forests, the oceans, the mountains, the skies, all of them together weave a lullaby older than any word, softer than any voice. As you listen, as your body grows heavier with rest, feel yourself sinking into the earth's embrace. You are part of this planet's story, and tonight, the earth is singing you gently to sleep. The earth turns slowly, never hurrying, spinning through space with a rhythm so constant we forget it is happening at all. Each sunrise and sunset is part of this endless turning, a dance the planet has performed for billions of years. As you rest tonight, the earth continues this quiet rotation, carrying you gently from night toward morning, and then onward again toward night. It is a rocking motion, steady and patient, like being held in the arms of time itself. When the sun rises, it does so not just for you, but for every living thing. Flowers open their petals, stretching toward the warmth. Birds stir in their nests and begin to sing. Even stones, even water, are warmed by its light. The earth carries the sun's energy like a gift, spreading it across deserts and oceans, forests and mountains. And when the sun sets, the world does not mourn. It only rests, knowing the light will return, as it always has, as it always will. Beneath the ground, the earth's heart glows with fire. The core, deep and hidden, is hotter than the surface of the sun. This hidden heat creates the magnetic field that shields us from cosmic winds, that shapes auroras in the sky, that keeps our compasses pointing north. Though you cannot feel it directly, it is always there, a warm heartbeat in the darkness, steady and strong, guarding the fragile surface where life blooms. The earth is shaped not only by the calm of forests and oceans, but also by fire and stone. Volcanoes breathe out molten rock, building new lands, creating new soil rich with minerals. From destruction, life returns stronger. Lava fields grow moss. Moss becomes meadows. Meadows become forests. In this cycle, the earth teaches us patience. Even fire gives way to green. Even endings give way to beginnings. Above, the clouds are travelers. They drift endlessly, forming and dissolving, shaping shadows on the land. Some are small, delicate as whispers. Others are vast, towering like mountains in the sky. They carry water across the globe, moving rain from ocean to desert, from forest to field. To lie back and watch the clouds is to watch Earth breathe, each one a sigh drifting through the atmosphere. At night, the stars return, reminding us that Earth is part of something larger. The constellations have been watched for thousands of years, yet they remain the same, steady companions in the dark. When you see them, you see what your ancestors saw, the same lights that guided sailors, the same patterns that inspired stories. Earth is not alone. It is wrapped in the company of countless suns, countless worlds, countless possibilities. And though Earth may seem vast, it is delicate. Its thin atmosphere, its balanced oceans, its forests and rivers, all are finely tuned. Like a sleeping child, it must be cradled with care. And yet it is resilient too, surviving impacts from asteroids, eruptions, ice ages, and storms. It bends but does not break. It changes but continues. This mixture of fragility and strength makes Earth a paradox, a miracle, a lullaby of balance. Animals move across its surface in endless migrations, journeys older than memory. Wildebeests crossing the savanna, whales traveling from pole to tropics, birds flying across entire oceans. Each movement is part of Earth's rhythm. Even butterflies, fragile and light, migrate across countries, following instincts that feel like ancient maps written into their wings. These migrations remind us that the Earth is always in motion, not just in its rocks and waters, but in every living creature. And yet, there are still places where stillness reigns. The quiet of snow falling in the Arctic, the silence of a cave deep underground, where darkness has never known the touch of light, the hush of a desert night, with only the wind moving across the dunes. These silences are gifts, rare and precious, reminding us that rest is not emptiness, but fullness, a space where the soul can breathe. The Earth is full of patterns, spirals in shells, branches in trees, waves on sand, veins in leaves. These patterns repeat across scales, from the smallest snowflake to the largest galaxy. They are not accidents but echoes, reminders that everything is connected, that the same shapes and rhythms weave through all of existence. When you see them, you feel the universe humming in quiet harmony. Water, the essence of life, is also the Earth's lullaby. It freezes into crystals that glitter as snow. It melts into rivers that carve valleys. It rises into clouds and falls again as rain. It surrounds us as oceans, fills us as blood, nourishes us as breath. Every form it takes is beautiful. Every movement part of a cycle older than time. As you drink, as you sleep, as you dream, water is always moving, always flowing, always singing. The Earth's seasons are another song. Spring's soft unfolding, summer's fullness, autumn's gentle fading, winter's quiet rest. Each season has its voice, its rhythm, its lullaby. Together they weave a cycle that repeats endlessly yet always feels new. To live within the seasons is to live within a song that never ends. Even rocks tell stories. The pebbles on a beach may have once been part of mountains, carried by rivers, polished by waves, rolled smooth by time. Each one holds millions of years, yet lies quietly, waiting to be picked up, admired, then placed back. The ground beneath us is not silent stone. It is memory, history, patience. The Earth does not rush. Its rivers take centuries to carve canyons. Its glaciers take millennia to shape valleys. Its mountains rise and fall over millions of years. In a world that feels hurried, Earth whispers a different truth. There is time, more time than we imagine. Enough time to breathe, enough time to rest, enough time to dream. And in this moment, as you listen, the Earth is holding you. Its gravity keeps you close. Its air fills your lungs. Its soil feeds the trees that give you shade. You are part of this planet, not separate, not apart. Every heartbeat, every breath, every step is shared with the Earth. To sleep tonight is to return to its rhythm, to let yourself be carried by its turning, to rest in the lullaby of your only home. So let go now. Let the facts fade into whispers, the whispers into silence, the silence into dreams. The Earth is here, steady and ancient, soft and enduring. It will turn while you sleep. It will sing while you dream. And when you wake, it will still be here, waiting, patient, humming its lullaby. The Earth hums quietly beneath your feet, though you cannot hear it with your ears. Deep vibrations travel through the crust and mantle, waves of energy that ripple after earthquakes, songs of stone that echo for hours, even days. Geologists call them seismic waves, but you may imagine them as the Earth's heartbeat, deep and resonant, steady as it cradles all who live upon it. To know that the ground itself sings is to know that nothing is ever still, even in silence. Forests breathe in harmony with this hidden music. During the day, trees release oxygen, lifting the air with their invisible exhale. At night, they rest, pulling in carbon dioxide, waiting for morning's light to return. Entire forests expand and contract like lungs, their rhythms slow and vast. You may walk beneath the branches unaware, but you are always within their breath, part of a great and gentle exchange. Every breath you take carries a piece of Earth's forests within it, a whisper of leaf and light, a sigh of green life. The oceans, too, are part of this lullaby. Their tides rise and fall not by chance, but by the pull of the moon. Every shoreline feels the tug of lunar gravity, the sea stretching upward to greet its companion in the sky. Twice a day the waters swell, and twice they recede, endless as time itself. To stand by the shore at night, hearing the waves fold against the sand, is to hear Earth and Moon speaking in a language older than words. In the polar regions, ice lies like glass, shimmering under the auroras. Glaciers move with patience beyond comprehension, creeping inches each year, shaping valleys, feeding rivers. Within them are bubbles of ancient air, tiny prisons holding the breath of worlds long past. Scientists who study the ice read these bubbles as pages in a book, learning of climates thousands of years gone. When you see the gleam of ice under starlight, you are looking at memory itself, frozen into beauty. The deserts, by contrast, hold their silence in warmth and sand. Winds sculpt dunes into waves that appear to move, though they are made of stone grains. In the heat of day, mirages shimmer like lakes, visions born of light and longing. At night, the desert becomes cold and vast, stars crowding the sky in numbers too great to count. In such a place, you may feel both small and infinite, a single breath beneath an endless sky. Rivers, winding like ribbons of silver, tell their own soft stories. They begin as springs high in the mountains, droplets merging, streams growing into torrents. Along their journey, they carve valleys, nourish fields, and carry sediments that will one day become fertile soil. To sit by a river and listen is to hear time flowing forward, always moving, always becoming, never pausing yet, never rushing. It is a song that soothes the heart, reminding us that forward can also mean gentle. Beneath the oceans, entire landscapes stretch unseen. Mountains taller than Everest rise from the sea floor, hidden under miles of water. Trenches deeper than any canyon hold darkness untouched by sunlight, where strange creatures drift like dreams. Glowing fish, delicate jelly forms, beings that carry their own light in a world of eternal night. These deep places are Earth's most secret dreams, quiet chambers where life survives in silence, waiting to be discovered. Lightning dances in storms as though the sky itself were alive. A single bolt can be hotter than the surface of the sun, yet it lasts less than a heartbeat. Thunder follows, rolling like a drum across the land, shaking windows, startling animals, and then fading into quiet again. Each storm is a reminder that the sky, for all its calm, has fire within it. Yet even this fire brings nourishment, for lightning splits the air, making nitrogen that rains upon the earth and feeds the soil. From storm to blossom, the circle continues. Mountains rise as guardians of the earth. They are made not in haste, but in slow collisions, tectonic plates pressing upward over eons. To climb a mountain is to walk upon history, each layer of rock a page written by time. Snow crowns their peaks, rivers cut their slopes, clouds gather around their summits, and though they seem eternal, mountains too will crumble one day, returning to sand, feeding valleys. Even giants bow to the endless patience of earth. In caverns underground, crystals grow silently. Some stretch taller than humans, gleaming like frozen light. They form slowly, molecule by molecule, over centuries. To walk among them is to enter a dream made solid. A cathedral built not by hands, but by time and patience. Each crystal is a testament to stillness, beauty grown in darkness without needing to be seen. The earth is not only stone and water, but sound. In the depths of night, if you listen, the world is never truly silent. Crickets chirp, owls call, waves lap against shores, wind sighs through leaves. Even in stillness, life speaks. And beyond life, the very planet speaks too. The hum of rivers, the rustle of grass, the distant crack of shifting stone. These sounds are the Earth's lullaby, playing endlessly for those who pause to listen. Rain carries its own song, soft and steady, or wild and crashing. Each drop, though tiny, joins countless others to quench the soil, to feed roots, to carve rivers. The scent that rises after rain, petrichor, is the earth's exhale, a perfume of stone and soil and water, a fragrance of renewal. To fall asleep to the sound of rain is to feel Earth's gentle hand rocking you toward dreams. Auroras paint the polar skies in shifting light. Green, purple, red. Curtains of color ripple and sway. They are born from solar winds, particles dancing along magnetic fields, glowing as they brush against the atmosphere. To watch an aurora is to see Earth's invisible shield made visible, a luminous veil protecting us, a gift of beauty born from protection itself. Even the animals of night add to the lullaby. Fireflies glow in fields, tiny stars upon the grass. Bats wheel through the darkness, silent in their flight, guided by echoes we cannot hear. Wolves howl across distances, their voices carrying like ancient songs of longing and belonging. Each creature plays a note in the symphony of night, and together they weave music that feels eternal. The soil beneath us is alive too. Within a handful of earth, billions of tiny organisms live. Bacteria, fungi, insects, each one part of a hidden city beneath our feet. They decompose leaves, enrich the ground, weave threads that connect roots across forests. This unseen world sustains us quietly, tirelessly, never asking for thanks. Every flower, every fruit, every field owes its existence to this secret community of life below the surface. And then, there is the human connection. For as long as we have existed, we have looked to the earth for comfort and wonder. We have told stories of its mountains and rivers, sung songs of its sunrises and harvests. We have built homes of its stone, cooked meals from its soil, painted skies on canvas, written poems about its beauty. We are not separate from earth. We are its children, its dreamers, its listeners. When you rest, you become part of this story too. Your breath joins the breath of forests. Your dreams flow like rivers. Your heartbeat echoes the rhythm of the planet. You are carried not just by your bed, but by the earth itself, rocking gently in the cradle of space. The facts you hear are not cold or distant. They are threads weaving you closer to the lullaby of your only home. So close your eyes now. Imagine the forests breathing with you, the rivers flowing beside you, the mountains standing guard above you. Imagine the auroras shimmering overhead, the stars scattered endlessly, the earth turning slowly, carrying you softly into the night. The world sings always. All you must do is listen and let it guide you into sleep. The earth turns beneath the endless sky, steady and unhurried, carrying us as though we are passengers on a ship gliding across a cosmic sea. Every moment of that turning creates the rhythm of day and night, a pendulum that has swung for billions of years. When the sun rises, warmth spills across the land, and when it sets, cool shadows stretch long, the stars appearing like lanterns to remind us of the wider universe. The tilt of Earth's axis gives us seasons, and those seasons shape life in ways subtle and grand. The blooming of flowers, the migrations of birds, the falling of snow, all are guided by this steady lean of the planet. Even when we forget, the earth remembers, and its rhythm never fails. The soil beneath our feet has its own ancient tale. Within it are particles that have traveled endlessly, carried by rivers, blown by winds, broken from mountains, and scattered across valleys. Soil holds memory, not only of minerals and stones, but of life. Each handful is alive with unseen multitudes, microbes so small we cannot see them. Yet they turn fallen leaves into food, return the past into nourishment for the future. Worms move silently through the earth, turning it grain by grain, aerating it, renewing it, preparing it for seeds. Roots weave into this quiet fabric, binding the soil and drawing water from deep below, sharing with fungi in invisible alliances. Beneath our feet is not stillness, but a hidden metropolis of cooperation. Grasses stretch across wide plains, seas of green that ripple when winds move across them. These grasslands feed herds of animals that graze, their migrations shaping the rhythm of the land. Every blade of grass carries the sun's energy within it, turned into food, turned into strength, turned into life. Above the plains, hawks soar, watching with sharp eyes, their wings spread wide to catch the currents of air. Even in this vastness, the earth's lullaby is present, in the rustling of leaves, the calls of animals, and the sighing of breezes that never truly stop moving. Far away, islands rise from oceans, peaks of underwater mountains that touch the sky. Many are fringed with coral reefs, vibrant ecosystems built not by stone, but by tiny creatures layering calcium for thousands of years. Coral reefs are often called the rainforests of the sea, alive with color and motion. Bright fish move like jewels, sea turtles glide with ease, and octopuses shift their forms in moments. Yet beneath this activity lies stillness too. The gentle sway of the ocean's currents, the quiet crackle of shrimp, the deep hum of distant whales. These reefs sing softly, and those who dive among them carry those whispers in memory. Whales themselves are singers of the sea, their voices traveling for miles beneath the waves. Low, mournful calls rise from the depths, carrying through darkness to distant listeners. Some of these songs are passed down through generations, as though they were stories of the sea itself, taught from parent to calf, from one age to the next. The rhythm of whale song joins the rhythm of waves, a harmony that reaches the shore when you listen closely enough. To lie near the ocean, hearing the waves crash and fade, is to hear the echo of these ancient voices, even if you cannot distinguish them from the water's lull. In jungles, the air is thick with life. Cicadas hum, frogs croak, and birds call with brilliance. Monkeys swing in the canopy, their voices carrying through the trees. Flowers bloom with colors so vivid they seem unreal, petals drawing in pollinators that flit from one to another. Every layer of the jungle, from its floor to its treetops, is alive with a chorus of sounds. Yet within that chorus is also a rhythm of nightfall, when the insects take up their steady chant, and the stars peek through small openings in the leafy roof. Even in chaos, there is calm, for the jungle, like the ocean, follows its own timeless song. The air itself carries secrets. It is not only the breath of forests, but the breath of the planet, moving endlessly from one place to another. Winds cross oceans, carrying with them particles of salt, grains of dust, seeds of plants. Saharan dust drifts across the Atlantic to feed the Amazon rainforest. Tiny invisible journeys take place every day, unseen by eyes yet essential to life. Clouds form and dissolve, each droplet of water rising and falling countless times before it ever touches the ground. Rain that falls on your window may have once floated above mountains, or drifted across seas, or risen from a forest floor. In every drop, a cycle older than memory continues. The magnetic field of Earth wraps us like a shield. Though unseen, it stretches into space, protecting us from the solar wind. Without it, life would struggle beneath harsh radiation. But with it, we thrive. The evidence of this field appears at the poles, where auroras shimmer like curtains of light, green, pink, purple. Their dance is born of energy colliding with air, painting the sky in flowing silence. To watch them is to see proof that even what is invisible has beauty, that Earth guards us not only with ground and air, but with unseen strength. Volcanoes remind us that Earth is alive in ways we cannot always see. Deep within the mantle, heat churns, pressure builds, and sometimes the crust cannot contain it. Fire bursts forth, lava flows, smoke rises into the sky. Though destructive, these eruptions also bring renewal. The land left behind becomes fertile, the soil rich with minerals. Entire islands are born from these fiery breaths. Even in its most dramatic moments, Earth is not angry, only continuing its endless cycle of creation and change. To think of volcanoes is to know that within Earth lies a glowing heart, hidden but powerful, pulsing with energy. Beneath the crust, deep within the mantle and core, is heat so intense it can melt stone. The inner core, made mostly of iron and nickel, spins slowly, generating the magnetic field that protects us. It is a sun within our planet, unseen yet vital. That hidden furnace has burned for billions of years, and it will burn for billions more. Every compass that points north owes its faithfulness to this hidden core. Every aurora owes its glow to the strength of that molten heart. Even in darkness, even in silence, the core hums with quiet strength. The night sky above Earth tells stories too, but it is Earth itself that gives us the place to see them. The curve of the horizon, the way stars rise and set, the constellations that shift with the seasons, all are gifts of standing on this turning sphere. To lie on a hill and look upward is to see not only stars, but the reminder that Earth holds you close while letting you glimpse infinity. The ground beneath you is as much a part of the view as the heavens above, for without Earth, you would have no sky. Animals follow Earth's rhythms in ways we rarely notice. Sea turtles hatch on beaches and crawl toward the ocean, guided by moonlight. Birds migrate thousands of miles, following invisible paths laid out by the tilt of the planet and the length of days. Even the smallest creatures, insects hidden in grass, respond to the cycle of light and dark. Life moves with Earth's turning, attuned to its song. And so do we, though we often forget. The rising of the sun, the quiet of night, the shift of seasons. They shape us as much as they shape the flight of swallows. Earthquakes, like volcanoes, speak of the planet's hidden life. Plates of rock drift slowly across the surface, colliding, sliding, grinding against one another. Most of the time we feel nothing, for their movement is slower than dreams. But sometimes pressure builds and the ground trembles. These quakes remind us that Earth is alive, shifting beneath us. Yet they also create mountains, form valleys, and shape the land. Even in disruption, the Earth is composing, always writing new lines into its ancient story. The oceans cradle mysteries. Deep currents circle the globe, conveyor belts of water that carry heat from the tropics to the poles, and cold water back again. This movement balances climate, nourishes ecosystems, and keeps Earth alive. To float upon the sea is to rest upon a moving current, part of a system that connects every shore. Even when the water seems still, beneath it flows a river of power, invisible yet vital, circling the world in endless patience. Caves beneath mountains hold rivers of their own. Stalactites drip slowly from ceilings, each drop carving stone and leaving behind delicate fingers of mineral. Stalagmites rise from the ground to meet them, and sometimes, after thousands of years, they join as pillars. In darkness, these formations grow in silence, sculptures of time itself. To walk in such places is to enter Earth's hidden chambers, where beauty requires no light, no witness, only the quiet touch of water on stone. The sky, too, plays its gentle part. The colors of sunrise and sunset are not painted but bent by light. When the sun is low, its rays travel through more atmosphere, scattering blue away and leaving behind reds, oranges, and pinks. Each evening, the earth gives you a painting, different every time, yet always familiar. Clouds catch the light, reflecting gold, then fading to purple. To watch a sunset is to watch Earth exhale, to feel the close of one day and the promise of rest. And as night returns, stars appear again, steady as always. The Milky Way arches overhead, its river of light spilling across the sky. Within it, billions of stars burn, planets turn, galaxies spin. Yet from Earth, they appear gentle, quiet, far. Their light has traveled for ages to reach your eyes. And in that light is the story of distance, of patience, of beauty enduring. The earth carries you beneath that sky, steady and kind, giving you the chance to dream beneath infinity. So as you rest, let these whispers of earth settle within you. The earth keeps whispering her gentle secrets as we continue drifting through this soft current of wonder, her lullaby unfolding fact after fact like threads of starlight. Every detail is meant not to awaken you, but to soothe you deeper into the embrace of rest, as though the planet herself leans close to tell you bedtime stories she has kept safe for billions of years. The soil beneath our feet, though it may seem still, is alive with hidden symphonies. Every teaspoon of healthy soil carries more living organisms than there are people on the planet. Tiny bacteria, delicate fungi, and almost invisible creatures work together in silent harmony, recycling life and creating the foundation for forests, meadows, and gardens. It is as though the earth's smallest workers sing their own quiet hymn, never noticed but always essential. The deserts, though often seen as empty and barren, are painted with colors at dawn and dusk that cannot be found anywhere else. When the sun dips low, dunes glow with soft pinks, silvers, and purples, and the sands whisper as the wind moves across them. At night, deserts hold some of the clearest skies in the world, offering a view of stars that feels endless. If you close your eyes, you can almost hear the sand cooling beneath the moonlight, sighing as it releases the warmth of the day. The oceans breathe with the tides, a rhythm driven by the pull of the moon. Twice each day, waters gather themselves and rise, then fall away again, as though the planet itself is inhaling and exhaling. This endless breathing has been going on for billions of years, and its steady pattern comforts the Earth's shores, shaping them gently and slowly like the rocking of a cradle. In the icy north, glaciers move with a grace that can only be described as timeless. They seem still, yet they flow at their own pace, grinding mountains, carving valleys, and reflecting sunlight in hues of pale blue and white. These frozen giants hold stories of ancient air trapped inside them, tiny bubbles of atmosphere that are older than human history, preserved as though the earth wanted to keep fragments of her own breath safe for eternity. Rainforests hum with life, their canopies alive with countless voices. But if you step into them at night, something magical happens. The sounds shift. And you can hear 1,000 tiny lullabies, frogs calling softly, insects chirping like faint bells, and leaves rustling as though whispering secrets to the moon. Beneath the soil of these forests, tree roots are connected by invisible networks, threads of fungi carrying messages and nutrients like veins carrying dreams. The rivers are storytellers too. Every bend, every gentle ripple, every sparkling reflection of sunlight on water carries the memory of mountains, valleys, and clouds. Rivers cradle life, quenching thirst and feeding lands, but they also sing, a quiet, steady lullaby that you can hear when you sit beside them and let your mind drift. The Earth's rivers, each of them, are like veins of memory carrying time from one place to another. Mountains stand as silent guardians, watching over lands and skies. From afar they may look unchanging, yet they rise and fall over millions of years, their stones reshaped by winds, rains, and ice. Each peak carries its own song, and when storms pass over them, thunder rolls like drums, as though the earth herself plays a deep, steady beat to remind us of her presence. Even the air carries its own quiet wonders. A single breath you take might hold molecules once breathed by ancient creatures, passing through countless lives before finding their way to you. Air connects us all, humans, trees, oceans, and mountains, binding everything together in an endless, invisible embrace. The auroras, glowing curtains of green and purple that dance across polar skies, are the Earth's way of painting light with the sun's energy. They shimmer like dreams come alive, swirling and drifting, filling the night with color where darkness once lived. Watching them feels like listening to a soft lullaby made of light. A reminder that even the coldest corners of our world are alive with beauty. And when we look more closely, even the smallest details whisper. The shells of tiny sea creatures falling to the ocean floor become limestone over millions of years. The sparkle of dew on morning grass reflects the sunrise in 1,000 miniature rainbows. Snowflakes, falling in silence, each carry a pattern that has never existed before and will never exist again. These delicate, fleeting wonders are like the Earth's sighs, quiet and tender, appearing only for a moment and then gone. As your thoughts drift with these gentle truths, the Earth seems less like a planet and more like a companion, cradling us with her rhythms, singing to us through rivers and winds, holding us in her gravity like a mother holding her child. Every fact is a thread, weaving you deeper into her dream, deeper into her night. And so, as you rest in this lullaby of Earth's secrets, you are reminded that you, too, are part of her story. The same air that whispers through mountains passes through your lungs. The same water that laps against distant shores flows through your veins. The same starlight that shines upon deserts shines upon your face as you sleep. Let yourself drift further now, as the Earth's lullaby continues, carrying you deeper into stillness, where facts are no longer just knowledge, but gentle dreams, dreams that soothe, dreams that cradle, dreams that remind you that you belong to the soft rhythm of this ancient world. The night stretches on, and Earth continues her gentle storytelling, as if she never runs out of quiet wonders to share. Every secret is offered softly like a feather placed in your hand, so delicate you might not even feel its weight. But each one weaves into the next, building a lullaby that carries you further into stillness. The coral reefs, glowing beneath the oceans, are like the planet's living jewels. During the day, they shimmer in colors too vibrant to fully describe. But at night they rest, swaying gently with the tide, their soft polyps closing like tiny eyelids. Fish find shelter within them, tucked into their crevices like children curling into a parent's embrace. In silence, reefs breathe alongside the ocean, their very existence a song of patience, built slowly over centuries. Volcanoes, though fiery and fierce, carry a sleepy rhythm too. They rise and rest, sometimes for thousands of years, waiting quietly beneath the surface until the time comes to release their energy. Even then, when they speak with fire, it is a reminder of Earth's heart, a heartbeat made of molten stone, a slow pulse that has continued since the planet's birth. After their fire fades, new soil forms, rich and fertile, giving life once again, as though Earth's breath of fire always ends in renewal. Forests in autumn sing with color, as leaves change from green to gold, crimson, and amber. The falling leaves drift slowly, spiraling through the air like whispers of time. When they rest upon the ground, they return to the earth, breaking down gently, feeding roots, and ensuring the circle continues. To walk among these leaves is to hear the planet turning pages, each one a story that begins again with spring. The animals that walk alongside us each hold pieces of Earth's dreams too. Whales, the giants of the ocean, sing songs that can travel hundreds of miles underwater. Their voices echo through the deep like lullabies written in another language, one the sea itself understands. Elephants move with steady grace, their feet feeling vibrations of the ground, listening to voices carried through the earth itself. Birds, migrating across continents, navigate by the stars, carrying the sky within their flight. Every creature adds a note to Earth's symphony of sleep. The rains arrive as if on cue, soft and steady, droplets tapping roofs, trees, and rivers in a rhythm older than memory. Rain is the planet's gentle percussion, a melody that comforts and soothes. When it falls upon fields, flowers lift their faces as if smiling in sleep. When it falls upon oceans, it blurs the boundary between sky and sea, reminding us that all water is one, all movement connected. In frozen lands, snow covers everything in a silence so complete it feels like a pause in time. Beneath the snow, seeds wait patiently for spring, dreams wrapped in layers of frost. Even in this stillness, the earth is alive, resting but preparing, like a sleeper who dreams of what comes next. The hush of snow is perhaps the most perfect lullaby. Nothing stirs, yet everything is waiting. Caves beneath the ground hold quiet mysteries too. In the deep dark, stalactites grow drop by drop. So slowly they seem frozen in place, though they are alive in their own rhythm. Underground rivers hum softly as they carve their paths, unseen but persistent. These hidden worlds remind us that the Earth's lullaby is sung not only in the open sky, but also in places where light never touches, yet life still whispers. Even the sands of beaches, warmed by the sun and cooled by the moon, sing a song of patience. Each grain of sand was once part of a mountain, shaped by rivers, winds, and waves. To hold sand in your hand is to hold time itself, countless years reduced to a single golden grain. And when waves wash over it, pulling it forward and back. It feels like the earth rocking herself to sleep. The stars reflected on lakes and oceans remind us of the bond between earth and sky. When the night is clear and waters are still, the heavens appear twice, once above, once below, as though the earth wants to mirror the infinite beauty she spins beneath. These reflections are like the planet's dreams, showing us that she too longs for the stars. Lightning, though sudden and bright, is part of the Earth's rhythm too. Each strike balances energy, restoring harmony between sky and ground. And after the flash, the thunder rolls, a deep, soothing rumble that fades like a lullaby's final note. Storms pass, skies clear, and the earth sighs with relief, ready once more for calm. The auroras return in our dreams, glowing gently across polar skies. They are the earth's goodnight kiss, her way of saying, "Rest now, all is well." Curtains of light sway as though stirred by invisible hands, colors rippling softly like whispers of paint brushed across the night. And so, as the final strands of this lullaby come together, the earth reminds us of her most gentle truth, that every sound, every breath, every movement is part of her eternal song. The rivers, the winds, the rains, the forests, all sing together in a harmony that cradles every life, every dream, every sleep. You are part of this song too. The same air the trees exhale fills your lungs. The same water that trickles down mountains runs through your veins. The same starlight that glimmers on snow rests upon your closed eyes. You are not separate from Earth's lullaby. You are woven into it, carried by it, and cherished within it. And now, as her lullaby settles into silence, let your thoughts drift further away. Let the earth hold you in her embrace. Let her ancient rhythm rock you gently, and let the night take you fully into rest. For you too are part of her timeless dream, and her dream is always one of peace.